going to be performing our postural drainage technique for the left lower lobe, the posterior segment. So to do this, I would normally have Chase in a Trendelenburg position at 20 degrees with a decline. However, we're going to just show this on the table that we can. Chase is to be lying prone with a pillow underneath his chest and his head for support, underneath his hips and underneath his knees and his ankles to offload bony prominences. For this specific place, the left lower lobe posterior segment, I'm going to be at the patient's lower ribs. So once I can palpate that, I'm going to go ahead and place this shirt over Chase so that I can go ahead and start performing my percussion. The treatment would normally be performed for 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to show for 90 seconds. We want strong wrists, loose hands so that we can create a popping, not a flapping, or not a slapping sound on the patient. We're going to perform this again for 90 seconds. How are we doing? We want to make sure we're checking up on our patient. Still doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Once we reach 90 seconds, we'll go ahead and stop. I'll cue Chase to take a nice big deep breath in through his mouth. On the exhale, I'm going to provide a slight shake and vibration over that same area, and a nice big deep breath in and exhale. And last time, nice big deep breath in and exhale. And that'll be our treatment. For the right middle lobe. So to do this, we would normally have the patient at a 15-degree decline in the Trendelenburg position, or 12 inches. I have Chase lying supine on his back with pillows supported under his knees and his ankles. I also have a pillow going underneath his spine on the right side to help make sure that we offset any of those bony prominences. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to make sure that the patient has no jewelry on. And Chase is a male, so for the right middle lobe, we're going to be working over the right nipple. However, if it was a female, we would move just laterally to perform this. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and place Chase's shirt over the area that I want to treat. I'm just going to have Chase go ahead and relax for me. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to have strong wrists. I'm going to have very relaxed hands. So I'm going to provide a floppy motion as I do this. We want to hear a popping noise. We want to make sure that we're not slapping the patient. How are we doing?
Good, yeah.
We're going to do this for about 1 more minute. Chase to take a nice big deep breath in through his mouth. And I'm going to provide a light little shake. And we're going to do it again. Take a nice big deep breath and relax. Exhale. And one more time, nice big deep breath. And we're going to provide a light vibration on the exhale. So for the breath, we normally have the patient perform that 2 to 3 times. For our percussion, we normally would perform that for 3 to 5 minutes, but I just showed 90 seconds, and then we are done with our treatment. All right, we are now going to be performing our postural drainage treatment of the right upper lobe, the posterior segment. So to do this, we have the patient lying flat in a normal position, no Trendelenburg. From sideline, he's going to be 45 degrees turned onto his face. He's going to have a pillow underneath his head for support, as well as his hip and his knees and his ankles to offload those bony prominences. I'm going to make sure the patient has no jewelry, and we want to go ahead and first find the scapula of the patient, so the right scapula, so that we can ensure that we're on the right place. Once we do that, I'll have the patient shirt over the scapula, and I'm going to go ahead and perform my percussion. For this, we want to make sure that we are not slapping the patient, that I keep my wrists strong and my hands nice and loose. So I'm going to be performing a floppy motion with my wrists, with cupped wrists. So we're in a position to make sure that we avoid wrist extension so that we have as much range of motion here as we can. How are we doing?
Doing good.
So we want to make sure that we're checking on our patient as we perform this treatment. Still doing okay? About 45 seconds left. Normally we would perform this for 3 to 5 minutes, but we're just going to be doing 90 seconds today. Still doing okay? And we are done with our percussion. I'm going to go ahead and have Chase take a nice big deep breath in through his mouth. And as he exhales, I'm going to provide a light vibration by gently shaking the patient over this area. And go ahead, take a nice big deep breath in through your mouth and exhale. Light vibration. And one more time, take a nice big inhale and exhale. So for that, the second part of our treatment, we're going to make sure we perform 2 to 3 breaths